Well, one of President Trump's top advisors, Peter Navarro, is here on set with us. Peter, you posted on X earlier, old enough to be his father, considered him like a brother, unspeakable act. Field General Kirk, rest in peace. Loved. I mean, we were talking to you about it just before air, sir. Yeah,
it's unfathomable. I knew Charlie going back to the 2016 campaign. I thought he was Don Quixote, to be honest. Young kid thinking that he could somehow get the youth of America to become conservative. I mean, that's about a big a mountain hill to climb. But let me say this. Charlie Kirk will go down in history as one of the top 2 or 3 political organizers in the last 50 years, full stop. And the 2 people I would reference would be, you take, for example, Ralph Reed, who was able to organize the Christian movement into a political movement. It had been apathetic. But that was an easy lift, in a way, because ideologically, Christians were aligned, they just weren't active. And Reed was directly responsible helping to get several presidents elected. Then you look at Axelrod on the Democrat side. He basically made Barack Obama. People don't really understand that very well, but he did it through a combination of the clever use of digital media and messaging, things like that. Charlie beats them both because he took the best of Reed, the best of Axelrod, and he took it to the college campuses. And as we sit here today, thousands of chapters of Turning Point exist, and the proof's in the pudding. It's like, if you look at the election results in the last election, yes, we had significant increases in Hispanic voters. Yes, African American voters. Those were understandable from an economic point of view, sheer economics. But ideologically, to have so many young people in America come over to the Trump side, that is an achievement. And that will last, because the name of his organization is Turning Point. And we turn that point now, okay? This will live on beyond Charlie. And I can tell you that among the people who were most relied upon for wisdom and action for President Donald John Trump, and I saw this firsthand many, many times, Charlie Kirk stood out as one of his most important confidants. And I saw this on the get out of prison, I go on the campaign trail, see the boss. It's like Charlie was always there, and he was there with the transition after Donald Trump won this time around. I see him at the White House.
I've heard that he, Donald Trump Jr., and Tucker Carlson were almost like the unofficial board of advisors before the election in many ways for Donald Trump.
And Sergio Gore. The big action after the transition, after the election, really was inside the personnel department, because personnel's policy. That's where it is. And Charlie would sit there with Sergio, and they'd go over all the lists, and then they talk to some of these other folks you just referenced. But it was always the boss talking to Charlie, and I love the interactions with them. It was he called him a brother in his own tweet, but he was like a son. He was like a son.
Peter, how scared are you of what the left is becoming? It's becoming exceedingly violent. We watched Trump almost die twice in a matter of a couple of months last year, and now we have this. And we have, we've had Supreme Court justices. I mean, they are losing right now, and they're getting angrier and angrier, and you wonder what is next.
Well, you can't be scared, Rob, if you're in what I do. Okay, that's not the right word, but I'm deeply troubled about the direction of this country. For me, it's like the broken window theory, where we've let a few windows break, and now we're into a whole nother world where all bets are off. Like the people out there are just They think they can say or do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Peter,
let's be
think
honest.
about the last 2 weeks.
Say or do anything.
2 weeks ago, we had Minneapolis, Minnesota. Two children were killed in a Catholic church. They were praying. They were actually
unbelievable.
Mass was taking place. Somebody shot through a trans shooter, went through the stained glass window. This week, we learned more about what happened on the light rail in Charlotte. You see that video, and for people that haven't seen it, I wouldn't recommend it. And then this happens today. We are past the point. Somebody retweeted J.D. Vance today. Again, this is just somebody who is on the left and absolutely insane and misinformed. He said, say a prayer for Charlie Kirk, a genuinely good guy, and a young father. That's from the vice president. And this guy retweets, your next tread lightly.
They'll find that guy tomorrow morning.
But
I hope so.
That's not the point. The point is that there are like tens of thousands of those.
of them,
And if I not use a profanity on a set, but throw that word. It's just, it's deeply troubling that our politics. Look, the one thing I would say here is that law and order does work, and we are a 50-50 country now, in which half of the country, at least their representation politically, doesn't believe in law and order. I mean, they're kind of, you walk the streets of here, this city, or you walk the streets of Washington, the odds of something happening to somebody every other minute because somebody's out on the street that shouldn't be. I mean, how does that square with who this country is? And you saw, I mean, look, I live in D.C., right? I went to high school there. I know this town like the back of my hand. Never has it been more dangerous, at least up to the point that Donald Trump brought in the National Guard. And now it's flipped. It's like that works. You can't have cashless bail. You can't let people back out on the street.
Yeah.
And look, God, teach these children well, because they're not learning the right lessons here. And that's something I don't know how we even overcome.
You've got a new book out, Peter. It's called I Went to Prison So You Won't Have to, which is about what they did to you and about the weaponization and the politicization of the government prior to the one that we have now. You did a stretch for something fairly ridiculous. I mean, you wouldn't appease a House committee that should have never existed in the first place because it was just fraudulent on its face. Talk about that.
Well, Charlie brought a smile to my face when he was talking, because he said, I went to college campuses so you won't have to. And he gave this speech at the same time when he was at the Republican National Committee, and that was Charlie. I mean, he had a beautiful sense of humor. But, Rob, the only thing I can say about this is that if they can come for me, they can come for everybody. And we're proving that on a daily basis, whether it's some poor Ukrainian woman who came over here to be safe and winds up getting killed, or whether it's Charlie. I mean, think about...
Greg, what were you going to say?
Oh, no. I'm thinking, and you talked about law and order, and he believed in it, but he obviously believed in God Almighty. And Charlie talked about his faith in a way that wasn't boastful, that wasn't prideful. It was sharing the peace and joy that I believe he derived from his faith. And it made it something that I hope intrigued people, that they wanted what he had. And it's available to all of us, I believe, from the source, from God, from Jesus. And to have an ambassador for faith like that, it was almost as powerful as his political acumen. Because a lot of us don't talk about faith. You can go years. If you miss church, and if you possibly going around the dial and see Joel Osteen, no one's going to talk about faith. Charlie did almost everywhere he went. It was personally inspiring to me. And I hope that some of us who do believe will follow in his footsteps. And that in other ways as well. His commitment to learning, his commitment to his community and to his country.
He was fearless. But to your point, Rob, I mean, let's think about it. They put me and Bannon in prison. They tried to put Donald Trump in prison. The worst day I spent in prison was July 13th when I watched the boss get shot. And in a similar kind of situation, I was looking at the TV that Butler set up, and I'm looking at those trees in the background. I said, what the hell were they doing? It's like that's not a good venue. And then we learned that the FBI was compromised.
This had
Scalise-
echoes of Butler, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same basic idea.
Steve Scalise got shot in terms of the lawfare imprisonment. I mean, Jeff Clark, loses John Eastman. They go after him. Rudy Giuliani. They're coming after us. And if they can come after us, they can come after all of us.
Well, they're coming after Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, and Brett, it's like, what the hell's going on here? I mean, we have to wrap our heads. But right now, I think the important thing is to remember Charlie Kirk. And for me, I want people to understand just how important a historical figure he is at 31 years old. He is, to me, pound for pound, year for year, the best political organizer we've seen in 50 years.
Yeah.
And the numbers don't lie. You look at...
Does Donald Trump get reelected if Charlie Kirk is not on the scene?
He doesn't get a landslide. Okay? I don't think anything stops Donald John Trump from winning that election because he's Donald John Trump. But I'll tell you this, that he wouldn't have got the landslide. And Charlie Kirk, and the important thing here is not just Donald Trump getting elected, it's getting a House and a Senate that have an R instead of a D. And we're coming up to a midterm election, and God help us if the Democrats get back in office, because they'll do the same damn thing they did the last time I was in the first term at the midterm, and start rolling the subpoenas out and saying we're all a bunch of criminals and doing that thing. This is where this country has divided in a way. Maybe what happened will unite some people. You're seeing,
I certainly hope so.
You're seeing Barack Obama putting tweets out, Clinton.
We don't know why. Yeah, I mean, that was just
that's a little. We know exactly why.
We know exactly
We know exactly why.
Peter,
But gentlemen,
Peter, apprate you being with us.
Yeah.
Good luck with
I appreciate you guys doing this special.
and thanks for coming in tonight.
To the family, Eric and the kids, our hearts are with you. This week.
And we're going to take care of you, too.
Good luck with your new book.
We will
Absolutely.
take care of that
Absolutely.
family 1,000%.
Absolutely.
The new book is I Went to Prison So You Don't Have to. You Won't Have to. Peter Navarro, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Gentlemen,
Thanks, sir.
pleasure to be here.